Hey YouTube, we have Leonard here. Bringing guys and gals, Kanojo Okudishimasu, Rent a Girlfriend, we're here, we're live, chapters 258 and 259, the review portions. So everybody, basically, it's been wild. I missed the last chapter. I reacted on time to chapter 259. You can find both live reactions on my Twitch. Link in the search box down below if you guys are interested. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually really happy that 258 and 259, I was able to read them in tandem one after the other. I think about sometimes just a random tangent, and I've seen this before in other series, when you read on a weekly basis, or sometimes even a monthly basis, context, enjoyment, the way things flow, it may not work the same way on a weekly or monthly basis in between chapters, as opposed to, let's say if I had a manga volume, I'm reading the volume from like cover to cover. This was a good example where chapter 258 by itself, if I reviewed it last week, I would not have much to talk about. It wasn't the usual. Kazuya was flustered, he was at the prospect, like being in the bathwater Chizuru, and then afterwards he was just like, what do I do? I don't know, like, can I do this? I don't want to get kicked out. And is all of his nervousness ultimately leading to the day where now he's going to be sharing the bath, Chizuru goes in, cliffhanger, and I would have sat here and really been like, I don't know what to say. Nothing happened. I probably would have been frustrated. Taking that chapter, lumping it into chapter 259, super enjoyable, and I actually really liked all the stuff that we had happening here. So maybe just take a quick step back. Kazuya and Chizuru continue to go through this whole relationship, dating, but it's not really happening. But they're getting all the development that you typically would be having in a relationship, the living together, doing stuff, learning about each other's habits, developing that love and fondness for each other. And it's so interesting how Deiji, I don't know why, but through the events of this story has kind of gone backwards in a good way to really decide, hey, in order for it to make sense that Chizuru and Kazuya are together, to establish how Chizuru feels about Kazuya, I gotta actually develop them. I have to develop their relationship between the two of them and developing that level of comfort. Thus we have this arc. I know I've spoken to a couple of you on YouTube or Twitch, and I get the general sense that there are a lot of people who like these developments, and there's a lot of people who are kind of turned off. The chapters aren't as exciting. We don't have the spiciness of the Paradise arc, where literally every single chapter, almost, we're just like, what's gonna happen? Is this the end? What is happening? Mommy. These chapters have a very clear formula. Kazuya worries about something relating to Chizuru and they're living together and that he's not worthy. Kazuya enters a level of self-depression where he realizes like, she probably just doesn't care about me. I'm nothing more than just an inconvenience. And then Chizuru will do some type of kindness, some type of action towards him that suggests that no, she does feel that way, if not a little bit more. While in between giving us every now and then a little subtle moment where Chizuru, to the side, is displaying that she has feelings for Kazuya. So we followed this formula, I think, for the last several chapters easily, especially ever since the cohabitation arc started. And I like it. It's a little formulaic, but I kind of like it. So in this chapter, these two here, Kazuya obsesses over the whole, am I going to be in the bath with Chizuru? This chapter in particular, we see the fact that he goes into the bathtub, and I promise you guys, this had to be the funniest thing. He goes into the bathtub, and I'm looking at the panel here right now, actually just taking a quick look at it. And the thing is, like, Kazuya is just like hunched in, he's like knees up, and I'm like, what is he thinking about? And I see something grabbing from the side. I'm like, what? This man over here envisioning a giant Chizuru. Like Chizuru was manifested in the bathtub. I kid you not. This actually happened. And I was just like, Kazuya, you're really, really, really down bad. But we still love you. We still love you. At least I still love you. I thought that was funny. It was one of my favorite moments of the whole entire chapter. I love how even Yae Morty's just like, hey, like, don't do anything weird in the bathtub, and just like, enjoy senpai. Like, all this nonsense. And I'm just like, this is good. This is good. So the comedy was on point for me. But again, going back to the storytelling, you have Kazuya worried, flustered. And what ends up changing for him? He goes into depression mode. He's contemplating just like, honestly, nothing will ever happen between the two of us. Chizuru doesn't feel this way about me. We get two things, both Chizuru to the side and then Chizuru, overtly towards Kazuya, which I appreciated. We see that in the bathtub, Chizuru's kind of sitting there, and we see hair floating. Now, I think when I first reacted to this, because I'm doing my review right now a little bit after my reaction, I wasn't sure whose hair that was. I was like, is that her hair? Is it Yaimori's hair? Eventually realized that didn't make sense. Is it Kazuya's hair? I think I reasoned that also does not make sense. The hair was too long. So the best way I can interpret that scene, and I'm curious what other people thought of it as well, Chizuru had a hair floating inside the bathtub. And I'm pretty sure that she gets flustered and she throws it out of the bathtub and lets it fall down the drain. Why does she do this? I'm assuming she does this because she knows that at the end of the day, someone else, specifically Kazuya, will be coming into the bathtub. Kazuya will see her hair just floating in the bathtub. That's a very personal thing, I guess. And she gets flustered by this. So I think that's why she dumps it out. She looks at it going down the drain and she just feels this flustered feeling as she kind of like slowly buries herself into the bath water. I thought it was subtle, but it was funny, but it's also important. It shows us again these little scenes of Chizuru on the side contemplating Kazuya, feeling flustered, embarrassed. We see it when Kazuya is knocked out a couple chapters ago on the street, where she goes to kiss him. Kazuya's not aware of this. He can't see this happening, but we as the readers are slowly being conditioned to see that Chizuru clearly has developed feelings towards him. Slowly but surely he's gotten there. Like, it's very apparent now. That's why we keep getting these little scenes drilled in from time to time. But I like how in addition to the subtle stuff on the side for only us to see Chizuru, she continues to do just little minor stuff. Extending him, offering the home, looking after him, giving him a key to the home. Now it's giving him a little bit of hot tea or water right after he gets out of the hot spring, right after he gets out of the hot bath. It just shows that she has clearly taken a liking to Kazuya, of course, but she's being very considerate towards him. Some cases it may be minor in our opinion, but to Kazuya, it's always at the right time. Chizuru always finds a way at the right time to kind of come through, do an act of kindness that makes him reconsider how he feels. Reconsider the fact that no, I need to have confidence. No, she does care about me. She does actually, like, maybe I do have a chance here. Anyway, I can go on and on for this about all this for a good while. But bottom line, everyone, is that I think that this chapter for me, I think it was okay. It was a good chapter. It gets elevated by the events that we saw last chapter in chapter 258. Again, I'm kind of considering them one giant chapter for the purposes really of this review. And I guess we see what happens in chapter 260. I do wish more was happening, because as much as I actually love these subtle moments, I live for this in romance. I love little moments, nothing crazy and flashy, but slowly developing a love between two people. I absolutely love it. I do wish a little bit more happened in this chapter. Chapter 258, likewise, I wish more was happening there. But I like this little subtle pace. And it looks like next chapter, the title is Brushing Teeth. So probably, again, the same formula. Kazuya's going to be faced with being in the bathroom. He's going to be brushing his teeth. Maybe him and Cheese have to brush their teeth together. Maybe he's going to see... he's going to see her toothbrush laying out there or something. I don't know what it's going to be. Bottom line is that he's going to have to do brushing teeth. Kazuya probably being flustered. Chizuru having her moment to the side of thinking about something. Kazuya being reassured. Oh, she maybe loves me. And we kind of go from there. But everyone, let me know your thoughts. Do you kind of see it the same way, where it looks like Neji intentionally is really trying to undo a lot of the stuff he did earlier in the manga, where it was just like he focused on all these surprise elements and these like shocking things, and he never really focused on developing the core of the relationship between Chizuru and Kazuya. It seems like now, and this is rough because we're like 259 chapters in, but he's really taking the time to slowly craft a potential relationship here, to where when they eventually do start dating, it will all make sense. It won't feel rushed or forced. Both characters will be able to definitively say, I, Kazuya, like Chizuru, not Mizuhara, like Chizuru. Chizuru will be able to say that I like Kazuya. And they'll have stuff to actually back that up through means of their interactions. Neji's showing us, not just simply telling us that Chizuru likes Kazuya. I digress. Like the video if you like the video, everyone. Subscribe if you like my content. It is greatly appreciated as always, of course. And with that, I'm Leonard and I'm out. Take care, everybody, and have a good one. We out. We back. Peace.